Hello, scale modelers. This week we have issue 75 of the Build Your Own Star Wars X-Wing. Alright, so articles: creating a starship fleet, A-Wing development, Starfighter Aces, Leia Organa. So, kind of makes me wonder, was she a Starfighter ace before or after she became a solo? Alright, so here we go. Proton Torpedoes. The parts provided here are used to continue assembling the rack of Proton torpedoes by adding the upper halves of the torpedo bodies and the central spacers. You also have 6 of the conical torpedo warheads to assemble. And you see here we have 4 upper bodies, we have spacers, we have torpedo warheads times 6. So far we've only started 4. I wonder if that means that 2 of them won't be used this time around. Alright, so here we go. Assembling the rack. Complete the 4 torpedoes housed in the bottom of the rack by fitting the upper halves of their bodies, then fit the spacers on top. Alright, so here we go with the parts for this week. Oh, that's in its own little baggie right there. Okay. And that bag is empty. Alright, then I will open up this little baggie. Man, you can just tell the size of that just by looking at them in my fingers. Okay, so move this over a little bit so I can get the magazine into a little bit of a better shot here. Alright, so step 1. Take the assembly from stage 74 plus all of the parts provided in this stage. Okay, step 2. Take one of the torpedo upper bodies and line it up with the first of the lower bodies, as their shapes only match one way round. Okay, there we go. Match it up it. I know, that's not a real word. Okay, step 3. Press the fixing pins in the upper body into the holes in the lower body. Makes me wonder if these D-shaped pins were actually supposed to be longer than they are, because there's a D-shaped hole in that one. Or unless that's for the upper portion of the spacers. Alright, so pushed in place. Alright, step 4. Repeat steps 2 and 3 to assemble all 4 torpedo bodies. Alright, and I'm just going to have to be extra careful while holding onto this part right here, so that way these don't come up. Like that one just did. Well, you know what? I could either super glue these things directly on, or, well, I've already put 3, covered that one up right now, but, yeah, just gonna take my toothpick here get a little bit of super glue on it. And because these are the loose ones right here, I am just gonna put it over, a little bit over that D shape right there, and push that into place. I'm going to do the same thing with this one before I put the upper half on it. Now hopefully not everybody's will actually have that problem. And it's only a tiny little bit of super glue. Very, very teeny tiny little bit. I mean, look at that. Tip Q-tip toothpick right there. See? Very, very tiny amount. And it's just enough just to make sure it stays in place. And there was actually some dried glue on that already, so very small amount. Alright. Oop, move the top there. Alright, and now I had one completely roll off the edge. I didn't even touch it. Alright, and then there we go. Fourth one pushed into place, and now let me see if I can find where that went. Okay, that was kind of easy. Yep, come on. Seriously? Because it's round, it's rolling on and off. Oh, maybe there was a second one. Apparently there were two that did it. Come on, come on, there we go. No, that's not it. Where the heck did it go? Come on. Okay. Got it. Alright, so step 5. Take one of the spacers, which are all identical, holding it this way around, match up the pins with the holes in the torpedo bodies. Which, there we go, and if you notice, they are all D-shaped. And step 6, press the pins into the holes to fix the spacer in place. Okay. And apparently I have to turn it in this direction, just like this. No? Yes? Okay. And just checking. That should be good. Alright. And step 7, the spacer should fit like this. Just like this. It is offset, so. Okay, 8. Step 8. Line up the second spacer as a mirror image of the other. Okay, that's the one that has the circles. Okay, there's the other D shape. Okay, so we want it so that way, mirror image, so that way the pin, that D pin on this half is out farther, just like the one on the other side. So we go and we push this into place, and yep, okay. So I'm going to need to do it on this. So maybe it isn't the rack that has the issue. Maybe it's just these two torpedoes, because same spacers, just goes in and out. Okay, so I am going to use a little bit of super glue on this. I mean, it's quite possible this thing is going to be completely enveloped by both sides, and you probably don't even need to use the super glue, but I am going to use the super glue. Just a teeny tiny little bit. Alright, there we go. And I will actually keep this over here near me this time, just in case. Alright. So, step 9, fit the spacer into the holes in the torpedo bodies. Got that covered. Okay, step 10, fit the third spacer like this. Okay, so then we have two that have the round circles, and it's going to be the same kind of thing as the one in the front. Okay. So then we do this. This should be a nice tight fit right there, and it is. You heard that little snap fit in place. Alright, so step 12. Oh, step 11. And the fourth spacer like this. So it's going to be the mirror image again. Alright, so then we push this in, which that went in fine, so it's just the back ones right here. And step 12, the rack should now look like this. Okay, preparing the warheads. Alright, so the 6 warheads are fitted to the torpedoes that go in the upper part of the rack. These will be assembled in stage 76. So for now, just prepare the warheads by adding their nose cones. Okay, so we put that down right there. Okay, step 1, take the first of the warheads and one of the nose cones, fitting the pin on the nose cone into the small hole in the warhead. Okay, and it's completely circular. Oh, hey look, it looks like it's just red paint over clear plastic. Okay. Okay, step 2 is press the nose cone into place. Step 3, so it fits flush like this. Repeat the process to assemble all the other 5 warheads and nose cones. So, there we go. Looks just like that. I'm not going to say what they make these actually look like, because I don't have that kind of YouTube channel. Because, you know, Star Wars is science fiction, and that looks like something from real life right there. So, we're just going to leave it at that. And you don't really need tweezers for this, because that is a cone shape. Tweezers wouldn't really help anyway. Alrighty. And here we go. There's number 5. And number 6. Okay. So, this completes this part of the assembly. Or usually they say the stage is complete. So here we go. So there we go. We have that portion of the torpedo rack, and then we got the 6 warheads. Alright. So, I'll put these over here. And there is another page. Here we go. See the image of the proton torpedo. Proton torpedoes. Proton torpedoes energized particle scattering warheads created a devastatingly powerful blast. Once launched by the longer tubes mounted in the torpedo rack, the torpedoes remained exceptionally maneuverable, able to make a 90-degree turn with as little as within as little as a meter. So there we go. Alright, now up to the front of the magazine, coming in issue 76, A-Wing Development, live action close-ups. Leia Organa, Further Adventures. Proton Torpedoes, plus torpedo rack parts and wiring. Oh, goodness, wiring. Something else I'm probably not going to be able to do. We'll see, though. We will see about that. More than likely, I will not be able to do it yet. If I do get a control board that works, which I will end up testing it first, if and when I get one, then I will test it, and I will have a video about that all by itself. Alright, so until issue 76, or until the next R2-D2 build, thanks for watching Brian's Builds.